Woolley, from our perspective now, looking back at the whole of his life, and perhaps we can discuss discontent a bit, but maybe it's even wiser to speak about some of its what gave birth to it. But what would you say? What is the significance of Paul Woolley for today? To answer the question you raise in the chapter title from 2011, Confident in Better Things. How is he a useful historical figure for the Orthodox Presbyterian Church, but more significantly, just the Reformed and Presbyterian confessional churches today?
I think he was careful to. He offers a caution against aligning the church with the political movements of our age, and he was. He showed in his life, in his writings, how Reformed confessionalism doesn't automatically naively align with the political winds of doctrine that are in the air. He was just very thoughtful about what Reformed confessionalism does not entail in political life.
Danny, there are other factors in Woolley's. What would you say about his interaction and experience in the Orthodox Presbyterian Church? Other things of note that are useful to know about Woolley as a representative figure?
I'm always taken by the fact during the controversy in 1936-37 over eschatology that Woolley, although he was historic pre-mill, did not side with the dispensationalists and was very supportive of Machen and R.B. Kuyper and John Murray in regard to what they were arguing from, particularly in regard to the confessional basis. And the tremendous integrity that really, I think, shone through in that episode, and also just his loyalty to the cause. I mean, he was just thoroughly committed, but like John said, it wasn't a political, cultural stance. And I've sometimes wondered what his marriage in regard to Mrs. Woolley was Russian nobility. And she had seen, relatives die and was living in exile, I believe, when they met. And I always wondered if that had an impact upon him in seeing what happens, governments change, but the church, Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever, and that the church should be grounded upon Christ. So I've always wondered about that, but I've heard great stories about Lenny Woolley and her aristocratic demeanor, from the old time Westminster and OPC people.
I would add one more thing too, in terms of his contribution to the historical sensibilities of the OPC. The OPC is often described as a church that merges two great Reformed traditions, the Dutch Reformed tradition and Scottish Presbyterianism, and that's embodied in Van Til and John Murray preeminently. Woolley is a reminder not to forget the American Presbyterian antecedents to the OPC story, and he was well versed on the issues that prompted in American Presbyterianism, things that we've discussed this week in our class, about that shaped the character of the OPC. He's aware of the fault lines that existed from earlier debates in American Presbyterianism, how these debates are as old as American Presbyterianism, and how they come to bear on the challenges before the OPC today.